Jim Frazier, help us bring this down to or maybe up to a level that directly affects this audience here. Most of us would not be described as first-time home buyers. Most of us have lived in a house for a good while. In fact, maybe the last time we did a real estate transaction, we still had children at home. We had a whole lot of things that are different than they are right now. What can you tell us to help us in this room adjust to the sorts of realities that we've been hearing from others on the panel?
Well, I'm the bean counter in the room. And as the senator pointed out, I don't have as many beans to count as I had a year ago. I'm used to teaching at Georgia Tech, teaching tax, and I need class participation. And if you all raise your hands when I ask a question, I promise not to call on you. But my first question is, who shared a room when they were growing up with a sibling and was happy? Okay. Who had roommates in college and enjoyed that experience? Okay. When you graduated from college, who moved to a small apartment and was real pleased to be on their own? Okay. When you purchased your first house, was it a whole lot smaller than the McMansions we see now? I grew up with my two sisters and my parents in less than 1,000 square feet, and we were a happy family. Don't know how it happened, but we were. How many of you traded up to larger houses as your families grew and you needed basements and storage rooms? I think I've established that the size of our house has no function related to our happiness. Our happiness is a function of the people we're around and our surroundings, not the size of the house. So we have to adjust our thinking a little bit. Somehow, as we've all grown older, we've become attached to our McMansions and all the stuff that they've got in them. We find ourselves in need of the storage space for the stuff that we've collected, and we want to leave that stuff to our children. But our children have already got more stuff than we ever had at their age. So what do they do with the stuff we leave them? They rent storage bins. And the bright side of the economy is the storage business is booming because there's just lots of stuff. I'm here to tell you our houses are not investments. And we've learned now the hard way that they really never were investments. At their best, their values keep up with inflation. At their worst, they tend to go down. The land they're on is the investment. The houses are similar to rental properties. How many of you have owned rental properties in your life? You get a tax deduction for the depreciation because the houses wear out. The rental properties wear out. And so the houses we live in are similar to rental properties, only we don't get a tax deduction for depreciating them, but we still have to maintain them. But they're not investments. Like rental houses, our houses need painting, they need roofs, they need air conditioning systems, constant amounts of cash to maintain them, but nobody pays us rent to live there. The rent's on us. The houses, unless they're new, are not green because they consume lots of utilities. They require continuous lawn maintenance. As we grow older, our houses even become havens for isolation. We don't hear the children we once heard running around. The neighbors we used to spend time with have moved away. And as Tom Hanks and Shelley Long so aptly pointed out in their movie of the 80s, our houses are money pits. They're not investments.